Steve, what's the situation after Monday?
I'll probably know a little bit more later on today. I've had a couple of conversations yesterday. You have to put forward, your case, find out what the charge is, and then you answer the charges. I'm fairly happy with the case that what I've answered. That will come out probably in a little bit more time. So we'll see where we are with that. I've had a couple of really good conversations yesterday, so I'm quite happy with where I am. I'll know probably a little bit more. I know it sounds to be a bit evasive. We'll probably know a bit later on today. We had until the 28th to put forward our own papers. I felt as though it was important to get them done now, because of number one, the situation we're in, and number two, you're better off doing things when they're fresh. So it was easier to do last night. Took up a little bit more time yesterday, but the preparation we'd already started for Oldham anyway. So I think it was important to do it last night, and we got it all off last night, and they've received it this morning. So hopefully they'll expedite that, and then we can find out where we are. Certainly later on today, I might know the answer to that.
And whatever happens, I dare say you'd love to have what happened afterwards with the performance from the players and the fans again.
Yeah. I know, it was funny, wasn't it? It's funny how those things happen, really. The game was very, I felt, stop-start early on. I just think after that, I don't know, you can say, it sort of flipped the game really on its head. Everything sort of changed. And I thought the crowd were great. That was the key bit. They're really, really important, and we need them right now. We need them. And I thought they were great. And that was very, very important for the lads when I had to leave the pitch. So, yeah, big thanks to them for that, and a big thanks to the lads as well.
Charlie McCann got the second and hit double figures for the season. Yeah. How pleasing is it the way that goals have been spread around the team, that players that have contributed from all over?
Yeah, they have. I mean, we did have a little look at that, because sometimes you can get. It's better if you can get. Look, it's always nice if you can have a striker that hits 20 goals. We all know that. The only thing is if that striker goes and he's off form, or he gets injured, where else do you get your goals from? So, I think by having goals all around the pitch, which is why I've said earlier on about goals coming from our centre-backs. So Ryan's obviously chipped in with that quite well, certainly of late. I do think he could have had a few more as well. I think there's been a couple where he's had a couple cleared off the line, and so he's done very well with his goal contributions. In midfield, we haven't done too bad either. Whoever's played in there, and our wide men, Kyle's done very well with his numbers. Knowles's perhaps would like to be a little bit more productive for all the work that he does for the team. But his numbers in terms of his output with his athleticism has been really important. And obviously Jordan, Jordan's actually come in and done the job that I thought he could do when we very first started speaking about his fitness and where was he going to be and what time would he be able to kick in throughout the season. So he's added to that. So we're in decent shape regarding player availability and numbers in and around the team.
And with Charlie, he's obviously played an advanced role this season compared to last. What was the driving factor in you making that switch with him?
Okay, so he strikes the ball very well, Charlie, and he probably would have had more goals had he not been missing at times this season. I see him score goals in training, so that putting him further forward, I like it when he can play that role. He's just got to make sure the balance of the team's right when he gets to play that role. So, once you get everybody fit and firing and up to speed, when he plays in that advanced role, he has got a goal in him. He can shoot off both feet. So the problem is with him, when he faces you up 1v1, you might be able to think you can step on his inside and that'll block his right foot shot, but he'll chop you and he'll get his shot off with his left foot. So, any surprise that you can always get on an opposition goalkeeper is a bonus. And when you can shoot off both feet, that's a big help.
Oldham this weekend, you could face them in the playoffs. Does that have any bearing on this game?
Well, it's funny. Without answering that question in a sarcastic way, no. Because it doesn't matter, does it? It has no bearing, really, on if we play them again in the playoffs. So, I wouldn't say so. I don't think that. I think that, I think it's been a long season. If you think, even now, we're going into the last 2 games of the season, and the league hasn't been settled, even though it looks very much like, Barnet will go on and win the league now. And if they do, then, congratulations to them. They fully deserve it. And if York do because something else happens, then I think whoever finishes top deserves to win it. So, I just think that the playoffs it'll be something different. We know we're in them now. We know where we are. We know we can plan after our season finishes. We just got to make sure that we get all the people that we can now up to speed, and try and produce more moments like we did in that first half. Because when we produce those moments, we're good.
You said it's a long season. It's a long time ago since you went up to Boundary Park. Have Oldham changed much since then?
No, probably not. But I think what they have changed is some of their starters have changed because they've had a few injuries like us. So I would just say probably their personnel have changed. But no, I wouldn't say there's a big change in them, how they play. So yeah, we're looking forward to the game. I no doubt they are again looking forward to the game as well. So I would only say that probably injuries for them have changed what I see from the time we played them, because there'll be a few different players.
You've said you've got good numbers. Jordan Moore-Taylor, you've been hinting, is sort of getting closer.
Yeah.
How close is he now getting?
Close.
And everyone else okay?
Yes. Good timing for us, really. Good timing for us to get everybody fit and firing.